What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Meta Champs, and welcome to week 3 of the SPDA Master Ball Division, where this week we're actually going to be taking on Raxos, coach of the Atlanta Dark Knight. We actually took this coach on during week 1 of the Luxury Ball Division, and thankfully we were barely able to scrape out a win, so I know Raxos isn't going to be pulling their punches for this game. But Raxos' team consists of Sneasler, Latios, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Heatran, Clefable, a Lucario that can turn into a normal Ghost or Fire type, a Lomomola, a Brambleghast that can turn into a Ghost, Fairy, or Dark type, Sableye, and a Dodrio to round things out. While there isn't any of the terrain that Unburdened Sneasler typically likes to partner up with, it can still be a major threat with other items like the White Herb and Normal Gem. Heatran has phenomenal matchup into this team that I really have to heavily prep for. Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Alumomola, and Clefable can be really tough Pokemon to take out, and mons like Latios and Terra Lucario can go absolutely wild, nuking my entire team. We've definitely got a huge challenge ahead of us, so let's go over the Pokemon I'm bringing to counter it. We're bringing all 3 of our Terra Caps this week, but most ideally, we're going to be tearing our Choice Scarf Glastrier this week to hopefully catch Raxos' slower Pokemon off guard, although I do think I messed up my EVs a bit with this set. More on that in the battle. Expert Belt Raikou goes absolutely nuts in this game alongside a Covert Cloak Tinglu to prevent Skull Burns and Poison Touch Sneasler, a supporting Dash Button set that can hopefully be a surprise Heatran counter, a Muck that will hopefully cause some major chip and get some poison procs, and finally an Ogerpon that might be able to claim a couple fast KOs or 2 depending on what happens in the game. If you'd like a more detailed team breakdown, then consider checking out my Ko-fi page where you'll find 8-minute team breakdowns for all my battles as well as receive access to battles early if you become a member. Any support you're able to give is always immensely appreciated. Also, because it's performance week for me as of the time I'm working on this battle is going to have minimal cuts and edits to help me save time, so I apologize in advance for that. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and head to the battle. Alrighty, let's freaking do this, baby! Hopefully I don't sound too sick. I definitely am sick. I think I explained everything in the intro by this point. I'm sure I will now, because I'm not going to explain it here. Haha! So, good luck up with my opponent. Let's freaking do this. We're going to see Latios, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Lucario, Heatran, Alumomola, and Sneasler. Okay. So I'm very glad not to see the bottom, like Brambleghast, Sableye, Dodrio. Those not being here is quite nice. I'm also very glad not to see Clef. So, yeah. Alright, nice. The Lucario could be normal, Ghost, or Fire. So, okay. I need to figure out who I want to lead off with here. Frozen Steed, low-key, is a pretty fun mon this week, I think. I am tempted to lead Raikou. Raikou is a very free lead here. Let's see, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, if that's the lead. Aura Sphere does 74 to 88%, which is kind of insane. I could also lead Ogerpon, but I don't have a pivoting move. I could also lead Big Bowl. I could also lead the Big Bowl. Big Bowl is definitely not bad here. I think... Actually, no, yeah, Big Bowl is not bad at all. If I get Skull Burned, that would suck. But I think here, actually, yeah, Big Bowl covers the most switches here. I think, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Ursaluna Blood Moon is by far, like... I would say Blood Moon is the scariest mon on this team, so I do have to be very careful about that. I guess Terra Electric is good if a Lomomola is still alive. If a Lomomola is no longer alive, I don't need Terra Electric on the Glastrier. So that is very nice. I might need it for Blood Moon. It depends on what my opponent decides to keep alive in the end game. So I definitely want to preserve my Terra as much as I can. So let's see here. Good luck up with my opponent. Love that card, as always. And let's freaking do this! Okay, so my opponent is going to lead off with Hideyoshi. That's going to be the Lomomola. I was wondering if that was going to be the lead. Okay, so here I can go for a Ruination for free. I can do that very reliably. I can also go for a Taunt if I want to do that. Let's see. They're probably going to flip if I had to guess. I think they are going to flip, so I think I will go for Ruination here. If I can get Blood Moon chipped down a little bit, then that'd be phenomenal. We're already going to see a Scald here. That's fine. We don't get burned, thankfully, so we're going to Ruination here. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice. Get some damage off on this thing. And we're going to see, looks like the lefties. Oh, wait, also, I'm Covert Cloak. I'm silly. I'm Covert Cloak. I'm a little bit of a silly boy. Okay, so I think I just click Ruination again. I think that's still going to do the most damage against this Alumomola anyways. Let's see here. Alumomola, yeah, it still does the most damage anyways. I'm just going to go for that. It chips anything down very reliably, so this is a very free button click for me here. Even if they go for Flip Turn, that is fine. They also can't burn me because I am Covert Cloak, which is a big reason. I brought this also for in case I needed to switch in on a Dire Claw Sneasler, but yeah, so that is that. Muck will also need to be not Terra'd before or unless Sneasler is down. So basically, Muck can Terra if Sneasler is down. Glastrier can Terra at any point, so that's something good to know. My Dachshund I prefer not to have chipped. We're going to see Hemji. They also hard swap too, which is the Ursaluna. Ursaluna coming in here is phenomenal. So we're going to Ruination here. Bada bing, bada boom. Get a lot of damage on this thing, which we love to see. And now, let's see here. I am tempted to go into my Ogre Pawn. Let's see, Ursa, Luna, Blood Moon. It's still going to do a chunk. Yeah, Blood Moon is still going to do a big chunk to me, which I don't like. But I don't know if I have a choice, unfortunately. Let's see, Dashbun. Dashbun can always take a hit, but it can't deal one back. And I don't want to deal with that. So let's see here, Glastrier. Glastrier can always tank a hit, but there's also the Vacuum Wave. So I think here what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Best Friend. And let's see here. If I go into Best Friend, I can go for... Trailblaze will unfortunately not KO at this point. I think I have to Cudgel. So that's a bit unfortunate, but this opens up... okay, a Moonlight. That's fine. Okay. So they just go for Moonlight here. If that's okay with me. I think here I can just Trailblaze. I think that's a very free button click for me. I think... Let's see here. What wants to come in? Maybe the Sneasler? If the Sneasler comes in on a Trailblaze, Sneasler... Let's see here. If you're at 100... Trailblaze plus Stomping Tantrum combo should always KO, so I think I Trailblaze here, actually. And if they stay in, they do stay in, so that's gonna be a bit unfortunate for me, but that is what it is. We are gonna raise our speed as well, bada bing, bada boom. And we're gonna see... Oh, is that Weakness Policy? Ooh, Weakness Policy. Okay, so Ogrepawn's probably gonna go down here. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay. So Ogrepawn is going to fall here to this Moonblast. Nice. Oh, wow, we actually didn't fall. That's kind of crazy, low-key. Okay, so our attack rose sharply, though. Let's see. Okay, you have to have Vacuum Wave. I think you absolutely have to have Vacuum Wave here. I don't think there's any situation where you don't Vacuum Wave me here. I'm tempted to go into Raikou. I don't need Raikou too heavily in this game, I don't think. I think I need to keep at least one of them. I think I'm gonna go. Let's see. I think you have to switch here. I think I can get Ogrepawn in safely again at some point. So I need to. I want to save Ogrepawn because I think that's a very valuable save. I think they do have to click Vacuum Wave here. So we're gonna see Thundercats here. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see here. Hopefully this isn't a throw. I should have checked to see if Vacuum Wave was a 2-shot. It's not a 2-shot, thankfully. Okay. So I Aura Sphere here every single time. That's just a button I click. I can click that for free. And that is all there is to it. Let's see here. Muck can easily wall the Sneasler, which is very nice. This thing will die to an Aura Sphere, depending on the spread, but I'm assuming it's not max def. But it can't kill me unless they go for an attack. That is not Vacuum Wave, so that's very nice to know as well. And yeah, so we're gonna go for Aura Sphere here. Bada bing, bada boom. It is dead. Let's go. Blood Moon is gone. That's a big threat out of the way. Let's see here. Yeah, Ogrepawn. If we can get Ogrepawn in and beat something with Trailblaze. Like, if we can catch a Trailblaze Mon, then that would be phenomenal here. But, yeah, so... And they also decided to go for the attack, which makes sense. We could see... Let's see, Volt Switch is very spammable here at this point as well. The Sneasler comes in, I hard go into Muck. If, let's see, Shimada, that's going to be the Heatran, actually. Very interesting. So they go Heatran here. I don't know what I want to go into here. I could go into Big Bowl. I don't think I do that. I think... They could go for a Steel move. That's the one thing I'm scared of right now. They could definitely go for a Steel move, which does scare me. So Heatran versus Tinglu. How much damage is it doing to me? It does 30 to 36%. That's too much damage. I think I do... Let's see here. I think... Let's see. I could also just Aura Sphere this thing. They know I have Aura Sphere now. And it does half if you're an offensive set. But I also still like... I also still like this Mon in this game because it outspeeds everything minus Sneasler, so I'm going to Volt Switch here. If I can get things chipped out... Oh, it's Scarfed? Oh, that's interesting. Scarf Heatran. Oh, that's fun. That's pretty fun. Okay, I respect the Scarf Heatran. Okay, how do I take advantage of that? I think I can just go into Big Bowl, right? Yeah, I can just freely go into Big Bowl. Big Bowl. Big Bowl. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Can I take advantage of this? I guess maybe I could go into Muck. I can knock off for free because, let's see, Heavy Slam. Let's see here. Wow, that was interesting. I was not expecting that. Let's see. It does 32 to 38% to me, but if we get this thing choice item knocked off, then it becomes much less of a threat, so I think I just go into this. And I can just click knock off for free. If Lucario comes in, that's going to suck a little bit, but that's fine. I can also just Mudshot it, I can Taunt. I'm going to go for the knock here. If they stay in, that's fine. Hopefully we don't get burned. That would kind of suck a little bit. That would kind of suck, I'm not going to lie. That's a fun Choice Scarf. So, let's see here. They are going to hard swap here. Let's see what they go into. Probably the Soichi. That's a new Mon. It's probably Lucario if I had to guess. No, it's Lottie. Lottie is taking a knock. Lottie is taking a knock. It could be Weakness Policy, which we do have to keep in mind. That is a 2-shot if I've ever seen one. Is it? Yes, it is weakness policy. Okay. So there's a lot of weakness policy sweepers on this team, which is a bit terrifying. So I think here what I'm going to do, I think I immediately have to hard swap into Big Bo and pray to God that they don't go for agility. Raikou can still 1v1 this as long as they don't go for agility. And I think even if they do go for an agility, I don't know if, I think they can only KO Tinglu with a Draco, I imagine. Let's see here. Latios. Let's see here. Let's just say that. Let's see. Weakness policy +2. Draco Meteor to 79 to 93%, and they would burn it if they used it here, so that's fine. Let's see here. Yeah, weakness special attack. Let's see. We are going to see an agility. Okay. So agility is popping off here. We could see a Grass Knot as well. I don't know if this thing gets Grass Knot. Does it get Grass Knot? I think it does. Grass Knot, let's see here. You do get Grass Knot. Or, well, I don't know. It doesn't say if I get Grass Knot or not, but that's besides the point. Hopefully we don't just straight up lose to this thing. I'm a bit scared of that now. I'm going to go ahead and click Throat Chop. Let's see. Your agility, you have weakness policy. Let's see, your Ice Beam. I don't know if that KOs. That might not KO. It doesn't KO. Let's go, Tinglu, you're a beast. Tinglu, you're a beast. Latios is down. Alright, perfect. Okay. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Okay, so, Tinglu is still alive. We've got a few other Pokemon alive still as well. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. I think at this point, let's see, Akihisa is going to be the Lucario. This is going to be Lucario coming in here. That makes sense. They're probably going to try to Extreme Speed me if I had to guess. I can just go for EQ. I think I'm okay with letting Tinglu go down at this point. I don't outspeed anything, so I will go for an EQ here. I think that's a very free button click. Let's see. My Terra Electric Glastrier is looking really solid right now. I just have to, again, I just have to play that very carefully. Muck is very, very nice for Sneasler, so I think my Terra is dedicated going to be the Glastrier at this point. We are going to see the Extreme Speed. That makes sense. Tinglu goes down. That is our first death of this match. Alright, this is a very offensive game, which is a bit terrifying, but that's besides the point. Let's see here. Does Glastrier actually outspeed a Lucario? Probably not, but let me just see for fun. Lucario, let's see here. Oh yeah, absolutely no way. No way. Okay, let's see here. I could go into best... No, I don't go into best friend here. I could go into Raikou. I could also go into Bite and just Terra with Yawn. I think here what I'm going to do, I think I go into Thundercats, and I think I might just go for a Volt Switch just to see what this Lucario does, because I'm worried about it being Terra Ghost. I am worried about a Terra Ghost here, so I will go ahead and just click Volt Switch to see if I can burn the Terra, and that way get some intel on this set. This is definitely not over yet. Sneasler is still a very big threat. I just have to be very careful about how I play this game. We are going to see the Terra. Is it Terra Ghost? It is going to be Terra Ghost. It is Terra Ghost. That's why I did not click Aura Sphere here. Alright, I do wish I clicked Shadow Ball now, but that can be saved for next time. So, hopefully they didn't go for an Extreme Speed here. They don't go for an Extreme Speed. We go for the Volt Switch here. And now I think I just go into my... whatchamacallit. I think I just go into my whatchamacallit. I think I go into Ogerpon here and let Ogerpon go down. I still like my Baked Bean in this game. Well, I like my Baked Bean for Yawn potential, so I think I'm going to let Ogerpon go down here. Because at this point, it's going to be harder for Ogerpon to come and, like, sweep the rest of this game. So I'm okay with this. We are going to see the Terra Blast, that's fine. I go back into Raikou at this point. Lucario should never be able to KO Raikou, and I can KO in return with a Shadow Ball. Let's see here. Terra Ghost. You are Terra Ghost. Yeah, the Shadow Ball should always KO from this range. Extreme Speed should never KO. So we should be fine here. I'm going to go ahead and go into Thundercats and go for... Honestly, I could even just click Volt Switch again. It looks like it KOs from this range. So I could do that. I think... Let's see here. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess either that or Shadow Ball. Volt Switch looks like it should always KO here, so I think I honestly will go for a Volt Switch here, just to put me in a better position. We are going to see an Extreme Speed, bada bing, bada boom. Alright, we go for the Volt Switch. This should be a dead Lucario. Boom! That is a dead Lucario. Wonderful. Alrighty, and now I think I can just go into Dachshund and bait out the Heatran. Because if I can bait out Heatran, then that'd be pretty fun. I think that'd be pretty funny if I do say so myself. Also, we will be baiting Choice Scarf too. So that's pretty epic as well. Unfortunately, Glastrier is going to have a bit of a harder time. I want to go into Bite Bean. Bite Bean, Bite Bean, Bite Bean, Bite Bean, Bite Bean. Let's see, Heatran. I wonder how much investment you have to do that much damage with a Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam versus a Raikou. Let's see here. It looks like you're probably max attack if you did that much damage to me with Raikou, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see here. Let's see, Dachshund. Heavy Slam does 76 to 90%, it never KOs. Mud Shot was meant for this thing, but I can also just yawn. So I'm kind of tempted. Let's see. I don't know what I want to do here. I think I'm going to click Yawn. The reason I click Yawn here is because that way this thing will get put to sleep if they try to stay in. But they go for the Heavy Slam, that's fine. I go for Yawn here. They could pick up the KO against me if they really wanted to. I'm going to go for a Wish, and then I'm going to go for a Mud Shot, I think. We're also going to reveal the lefties too. So I think this will force a switch. That's my guess anyways. It definitely seems like my assumption. So I will Wish Pass. And if they swap out here into Sneasler, no, they just pick up the KO. Wow, okay. So that's fine. This thing is put to bed then. So critical hit, that's fine. We can just go into my Raikou. I can just go into Raikou here, and I can click Aura Sphere twice. I can definitely do that. Or I can even go into my Frozen Steed and click Stomping. Because, let's see here. Stomping Tantrum, Glastrier. Heatran always kills Heatran. Let's see, Sneasler. Let's see, versus Sneasler, it almost always KOs, so it can't switch in. Let's see here. Alomomola. Alomomola, it takes 15%. I think what I do here, I might Electric Terra Blast on the Alomomola switch, just because of the fact that, you know, this thing's asleep. Let's see here. If I Electric versus Heatran, let's see here. Heatran, offensive, it still does 45 to 54%, so it's still going to do a lot of damage. So I think I'm just going to Terra Blast here. I'm going to Electric Terra Blast. Also, this thing is choice locked into it's choice locked into Heavy Slam, so we get rid of the electric weakness here, and it's not going to deal that much damage to me. So we are Terra Electric, we reveal it here, bada bing, bada boom. Now we do have to keep in mind they could lock themselves into Earth Power if they have it, and that could be a bit terrifying for the rest of my team. Let's see, they do stay asleep here, that's fine. I'm just going to go for Terra Blast. It does a lot of damage against everything. Alomomola dies to it, and Sneasler is going to take way too much damage off of it and mucks up free switch into Sneasler. So yeah, this is fine. I could also... I don't want to go into Big Bowl here, I think. Yeah, I think I just go for this attack. The Heatran hopefully doesn't wake up here, or it stays asleep, and then either Sneasler comes in and tanks a massive chunk, or Alomomola comes in and possibly dies, I think. I think it could definitely die to this attack, so that's very good for us. Let's see here, and yeah, Muck. Sneasler can't win against Muck, I think, at this point. So we are going to see the swap here. They are going to save Heatran. We're going to see Hideyoshi, which is going to be the Alomomola, coming in here. And we're going to reveal that we are, well, if they stay in and they're not max speed, I think we'll reveal that we're Scarf. We should be faster than Alomomola here. Let's see, Alomomola. Let's see here. Yes, we are faster than Alomomola. I just go for Terra Blast every single time because I can and I want to. It's within range. And surprise, you're not the only one with a surprise Scarfer, baby! You're not the only one. Oh, they went for Psychic. Okay, well, maybe they're predicting a Muck switch. That's fine. That does Deadly Squat. Okay, so yeah, I didn't have any speed investment, so they definitely have speed investment in their Alomomola for sure. Also, I calc this with Relax. No, even without Relax, it's still okay. So yeah, the Alomomola had speed investment, but that's fine. We could see Sneasler come in here, which would make sense. We do go Chilling Neigh here, so I'm kind of tempted to just stay in, even if the Sneasler comes in. Sneasler. Let's see, Shimada, that's going to be the Heatran. Heatran comes in here. If they stay asleep, I just go for Terra Blast again. They stay asleep. Let's go. Wonderful. And we're going to be a +2 versus the Sneasler. Everything should die to Sneasler. It could be Focus Sash, but I'm just going to prevent it from clicking buttons and winning the game. And, yeah, the Choice Scarf did not come in clutch the way I wanted it to, but, you know, I'll take it. I'll still take it. Let's go. And yeah, Muck should always wall this thing unless it like starts setting up SDs and destroys me somehow. But even then, like close combat, I think a close combat at +2 if you're Jolly, which I think you have to be to outspeed Raikou. Let's see, close combat should never KO. So yeah, let's see, we're at 370. I guess maybe let's see, we are gonna see a Dire Claw here. That's fine. We do live. We do go for the Terra Blast, or we don't get like poisoned or paralyzed. Or well, we can't get paralyzed because we're an electric type. We can't get put to sleep either. Sneasler goes down. GG's to my opponent. Really, really well played. Those were some scary sets, bro. 2 weakness policy sets is wild. I was terrified. But that makes sense, especially like on Latios for U-turn procs. And knockoff procs, too. Very, very well played. Very scary team. I wish some of my sets popped off a little bit more, but it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video regardless. Thank you all so much for watching this point if you did. I hope my commentary was entertaining. I hope I don't sound too sick. I'm still recovering from sickness, and yeah, I'm doing videos just this week this way because I don't want to put too much on my plate for a performance week, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys understand. Thank you all so much for watching. I really, really hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Oh, also, before I forget, check out my opponents and their channel down in the description below if they do upload this battle. I know they have a channel, so definitely check out their channel. And if they upload, it'll be linked down in the description below, their side of the battle. And, yeah, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!